Hello there everybody and welcome back to another Town of Salem gameplay video. I'm going to do another ranked gameplay video. Ranked. And we'll see what role we get. We're going to do this in post-commentary again. I am going to include the face cam. I know that some people don't like it, some people do like it though, so I'm going to continue to include it for this time. And we'll see how we feel later on. I still don't know if I want to keep it up there though, because you guys like to see what it is that I am and what it is I'm doing. So I'm a consort, which is not so bad. We'll see. I think I played consort not too long ago, so hopefully you guys aren't tired of it. I often get consorts and escorts. I'm not really quite sure why that is. But alright, I'm going to go ahead and focus on the game now, and we'll put this probably in the bottom right, because at least you can see the chat. That'll give you the timer up there at least. Alright, let me know what you guys think about that. And I'll see you guys, or I'll talk to you guys at the end of this game and throughout the game with some post-commentary. Alrighty, here we go. This is the start of the post-commentary then. Do not miss this video. This is an awesome video. I'm super happy with the way that this game turned out. And without giving anything away, it's quite awesome. You really have to see this. There's so much to learn from this game. And it's pretty amazing. So before we do anything else, I want you to pause the video real quick. And there's a big kind of switcheroony at the end, a change in pace that kind of caught me by surprise. Although I want you to go ahead and pause the video right here and guess what it is that happens. It's the big change, the big switch. And otherwise, I'm going to try to point some stuff up as we go. So we do know there's a spy, okay? And I'm trying to just, I'm claiming doctor, because doctor is just a weird role. And it's not something you would expect from a consort. And I perfectly expect to probably get called out at some point and probably killed. But that's okay as long as I can kind of keep people off people and slow down town. Until then, I'm totally fine. So medium dies, night 1, which was not who we targeted. And K-Pack says I was witched, which is a pretty interesting result there. So I'm kind of confused. I was like, wait a second. My first thought is, if K-Pack was witched, and it looks like potentially our Godfather or our Mafioso is witched, does that mean we have 2 witches? And that may not be the case, as you'll see fairly shortly. Shia LaBeouf says, with the witch, vote for role is bad. Vote for role is always bad, in my opinion. And so I was roadblocked and jailed. Bardocks are roadblocked and jailed, and that's the person who I had roadblocked. And clearly they were also in jail. So it's the opposite. No jester, says K-Pack. As in, let's vote for role. Shia LaBeouf says, no, revealing roles to witch is bad. And maybe Mafia like that a little bit here, but they start voting on Shia LaBeouf. All right? And that means Baradox equals not witch, which is true. So I'm, just kind of like... I was thinking about affirming that to put myself more in the town role, but here we go. It's being pushed up quite a bit, and it's not random. So now I'm asking Carrot if I'm just trying to throw some spite around. I ask if Carrot's a jest because I said, because we just said we're not doing vote for role with Witch, and he got voted up. And I may have honestly voted him if he didn't get voted up, but that would have made me look pretty bad because I was saying we're not doing vote for role. And Shia LaBeouf says, this is why you don't vote for roles. I'm TK. You guys are really stupid. And claiming TK is a pretty, he has to claim something. So I'm going to go ahead and see if I can't, expand this out a little bit. I ask if anybody CC'd this, right? And we're not going to get any CCs. I mean, we have an escort, says Ramza. And I kind of smile a little bit internally because I'm like, no, you don't. You have a consort. Escort roadblock 1. I will not be escorting roadblocking number 1 today. Pineapple, thank you very much. And now they want to vote up number 2, so which is me, and not a good idea. Thankfully, we don't have time for that day, so that's okay. We go to the night stage, and at this point, I'm like, if these people are still want to vote for role after exposing a town killing in a witch game, that's just. So here I say nice save because I'm trying to get Shia LaBeouf in trouble in case he actually lives, and just kind of throw some shade into what Spy is putting down on their will, because I don't want Spy to be able to be trusted necessarily with whatever's in their will, regardless of what we might say. And that I don't know actually if that helps or hurts later on, because I try something that may have honestly caused more damage than good, and you really are gonna have to see that area because it gets really crazy really quick here. So. Salem voted to kill Limac, and so Limac is dying today. I can't remember who I roadblocked. I don't think it was particularly important that day. Oh, I think I roadblocked Pineapple because they spoke out against me. I wanted to make a point that there is an escort, a consort. So it's funny that I actually wanted to prove that there was a consort and not an escort because I kind of felt like because I was claiming Doctor anyway, I wasn't really risking too much. Although my godfather, of course, could also be claiming that. So Limac was the witch, and that kind of makes me feel pretty bad. I think my eyes kind of showed a little bit. I'm kind of like, really? Dang it. Why couldn't we have killed literally anybody else? Anybody else except for the witch would have been awesome. And the bodyguard died while guarding Shia LaBeouf. Now, if I was a bodyguard, I would not have guarded as a general rule. And I'm a little bit confused because Shia LaBeouf is still dead. Typically, when I'm witch, I take the Vigi and I shoot somebody else. But in this case, Limac actually took the Vigi and shot themselves, which is interesting. And someone dies not listed here. There's a transporter or a witch. So there is, in fact, a witch. And this is funny to me because they said vote for roll. They voted for roll. Town Killing came out and got the bodyguard and the Vigi in the same shot, which is really awesome for Mafia here. So Pineapple says I was roll blocked, okay? And then at the end, it says RT is Vig, and there's a consort, which is fine that he's saying that. He's right there. So I say LOL though at Mafia killing Witch, and yet Witch was worried about Vig claim being vet. So just trying to like talk a little bit and not really seem important. I'm not sure if that was necessarily the right thing or not. Transport to random town is what I hear here from Carrot. I'm the other TS. I'm other TS. And we'll come back to that later on. But it does appear that there's a transporter, which kind of maybe explains the first night as to why people weren't dying who we thought were going to be dying. So so why didn't escort roadblock him, says Ramza. That's because there's a consort, not an escort. You bet, and it's me. And I try to get a little bit crafty here. I try to get a little crazy pretty soon. So now that Rams is saying vote for roll on 2, and I'm like, oh, come on. So yeah, because we clearly, and Pineapple claims survivor, which I do note right here quickly. Yeah, because we didn't already learn this lesson. And they're voting up, and at this point I'm like, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna get put up. So I got a will for this reason. I post my will, and I'm not sure if this is gonna work because bodyguard died. I didn't have time to say anything else. So I'm going to get a defensive here. I say, seriously, F you. F you all. You have one more TP is what I meant to say. And you do a vote for roll. Like, really? So I'm kind of fake madding a little bit here as if, like, I was trying to save myself just like Shia LaBeouf was going to do. And then this, hold on. This is the key. The innocent kid, my godfather says, I confirm this. The innocent kid, he has a will. The investigator will. And in the will, I show up as Doc, Disguiser, or SK. That is ridiculous. This is why I said you shouldn't do that. And the innocent kid says Inno. Everybody Innos. And I am off the stage just that easy. Except for Pineapple, Tugger, and Salem. So I say, look at the people that started the vote on me. Evil. Evil loves vote for roll. And here they go voting for the next person in line. Which is like really stupid in my opinion. Now, see, the point is, vote for roll doesn't even help you if you actually put Mafia on the stand because they can claim. They can still claim. I claimed, and the Godfather is a genius in this game. An absolute brilliant person. And that, I confirm him, I'm the investigator, was beautiful. That's just what we needed. So here, I'm playing now as a doctor, and I'm saying, what would a doctor do? So, the innocent kid has decided to kill Tugger tonight. And I'm going to go ahead and choose to distract Hawkeye Pierce. Just because Hawkeye wasn't really talking much, and I feel is kind of potentially towny. Like maybe even a good towny. Salem says no, get Ramza. And Ramza was changed to kill last night, which is good. I was hoping this was going to end up being the spy. Because I'm tired of spy being alive. I really want to talk more freely here. Although there is a medium, so we would have to still be careful. So Rams the Transporter is dead, and that's okay, because Transporter being dead is pretty awesome. K-Pack is suspicious. Is fine, because K-Pack is not one of us. And this is our Mafia apologizing to the witch, which I thought was pretty funny as well. So, Transporter down is good. There's no doubt about it, Transporter down is good. K-Pack says trans, Innocent says trans. So glad we didn't attack K-Pack last night, for sure. Thank you, Ramza. Vampire up. Say roll now, Vamp, to save us a vote. So Carrot is trying to push up Vampire Hunter, and I'm like, Carrot, like, and then Pineapple goes, Carrot, what is your role? I'm like, so I'm pointing out Carrot right now, hardcore. I said, Carrot, you're evil. I'm medium. BS. Let's say Carrot, he is Consort, says Tugger. And you were so clearly evil. Medium and dead. And then Carrot says this, classic seance chaos. Revealing slash jailer is dumb AF. So thank God I'm spy, says K-Pack. Then stop vote for roll. So I'm really trying there to not be a vote for roll right now. And they're pushing up on Carrot a little bit. And if Carrot got more, I would have pushed him up. But he's not getting anything more right now. And it's funny that Tugger and the Godfather both voted. And when you find out what Tugger's role is, you'll think it's more funny than you do right now. But so because I see this not going, I'm saying let Medium talk to me. As I'm saying, let Medium talk to me, okay? And see what happens. Now here's where I get a little bit maybe off the track. I decide, you know what? I'm gonna pretend that we're discussing the medium here, right? Because I want them to think that the Doctor me is being visited, and so I say, hey, hi, what do you have, medium? So we're both going like kind of crazy. The innocent kid is pretending that they're being medium. It's I don't know what our play quite was here, and I wasn't really sure. I think both of us kind of went for the same kind of play here. And so I say, so is Carrot medium? And then hard to tell. So now we're talking like earnest. Might be two mediums. What kind of seance is this? So it's just getting like crazy in terms of what everybody's saying. The innocent kid and I are both playing almost as if we're both talking to the medium. And it was my approach was to try to just throw people off my scent again, make sure that Spy was thoroughly confused. I do not believe Spy could have possibly like stayed up with all that stuff. So I said no medium last night. And Tugger says I was witched. Mafia visited Hawkeye last night only. No medium last night. And Kara says I was jailed. Goon. So K-Pack, who is jailed? I'm not jailer, I'm spy. Yeah, sorry. That's what I meant, is that whoever was jailed, I didn't actually mess up. I knew what I meant to say, which was that whoever was jailed is probably one of the Mafia. Because I knew it was one of our guys. And it happened to be Carrot, who I'd be happy to push a vote on right now. Happy to push a vote on right now. So Mafia visited only Hawkeye. Normally visits our X2. So now I'm going to go ahead and just pocket K-Pack the best way I know how right now. And they're voting on Hawkeye Pierce, who appears to be potentially at least immune, because I didn't heal him, right? The fake me didn't even heal him. So Hawkeye Pierce says I am blackmailed. And I tell K-Pack to kind of finish pocketing him, I hope, and make sure that he doesn't mention me as potentially evil. I say, I use my self-heal, I'll be on you. So now I'm kind of playing stupid a little bit. I'm saying, Random Mafia is Consort, yeah? And it's like, no BMer, dude, RM is Consort. The innocent kid, our Godfather right now, is talking up a ton as if he's really Town. And I like it so much. He's adding stuff, he's adding value that is fake value, but is value to the chat. And know that you will eventually get Mafia sometimes that do this. So I tell K-Pack, I got you, boo. And he says, thank you. And now in this next scene, in this next day, I messed up a little bit. So do watch, because what I did, I wouldn't suggest you doing. I would not suggest you doing. Then again, our plan was different than what happened and what our plan was different for this night. And you'll see exactly what I mean in just a second. So K-Pack says Bardoff was visited by Mafia case that makes that Inno makes you angry. So he's definitely there was a trans K-Pack. So I was just throwing that in there because just to kind of throw some doubt in people's minds. Because I'm pretty sure K-Pack and I are buddy now. And at this point, I'm saying to myself, we gotta kill ourselves the baddies. We gotta kill ourselves the jailer right now, because I do not want the jailer to start picking us off. Because if he does, we're gonna be in some trouble. We're losing some time to claim. So Innocent says, I want jailer. And I tell him, using the double click function, I click on to distract Tugger, and then I click off him, and I say, that one. And I do it again. Because that's who I believe, by process of elimination, is left to be the jailer. This one, yep, seems to me to be the case. So that person is indeed jailer. So if you look back now, if he is in fact jailer, him and the innocent kid were both voting on Carrot the other day to put him up. So I claim role blocked last night, but what I didn't remember is that I actually ended up roadblocking somebody else in earnest, and K-Pack got killed, which is actually good, because otherwise I would be potentially in trouble if I claimed roadblocked and somebody else was roadblocked. It could certainly get me in trouble here. Now, Carrot is dead, though, which is good. Executed by the jailer, even better. And here, my brain farts, right? And I claim roadblocked for myself, as if I was the doctor, when I roadblocked somebody else. At least I believe I did. Can you guys go back and check, or I'll go back and check, but I'm not sure. Did I roadblock somebody last night? I feel like I may have. I feel like I roadblocked. I don't remember. Anyway, I claim roadblocked. Nobody picks up on it anyway. Tugger says 4 is Godfather. Now we voted. Now I'm looking right here. I'm like, wait a second. Didn't we click on him? Didn't we want to kill him? And a Beardot says Chaos is Mafia. And the Innocent Kid, though, the Godfather, says Vampire Hunter is the Witch. And that's the switcheroo here, because right now I'm counting the numbers. I'm like, if Survivor sides with Town, Mafia can still lose this. We can still lose if they side with Town, because it'd be 3 against 4. But guess what? We have the Witch. Literally, we cannot be killed now. And you see my hands rub together almost evilly. I'm like, we win this game. So I'm just making sure that do they know who we are? Because I want to make sure that we don't have to worry about them at all. Tugger says I'm jailer, and Salem votes against Tugger. Everyone else votes against Tugger. I was waiting to be the last person because I do feel like I have a little bit of animosity here. I cashed in some bonus points with the town to make them think that I'm more towny. Tugger says I'm the jailer. Little do you know, Tugger, you're already done, because Mafia has majority. We have a hidden witch and we have the survivor. So I'm the jailer, and look at me laugh. Look, I'm getting so excited. Give myself a little round of applause. But yeah, honestly, the main play here in this entire game, I was so happy with how this played though, because I claimed a role that you wouldn't expect the Consort to claim, and I had a decent enough will. And the real play, though, came when the Godfather, the Innocent Kid, when he actually went ahead and quote-unquote confirmed me as the doctor. That was the moment right there that truly made this game possible, in my opinion, because it put me and him immediately in Town's, this is another townie, state of mind, and they ignored us. They totally forgot about us. That followed by, picking out the jailer was a good thing. The kill on the transporter by Salem was awesome. I don't know if what I did with Medium made any difference at all in terms of both the Innocent Kid and I pretending as if we were talking to Medium. But either way, it was interesting. It was definitely some pretty crazy plays. And right here, I'm just thanking Innocent super much right now. And they're asking who's the survivor. And Salem voted to kill Pineapple. So Pineapple is the and here I almost yell like do not kill Pineapple. But they changed it to Bardot. So, yeah, and he says, no problem. I said, great Mafia game. And he said, I knew I had to make a play. And that was awesome. And ever since that point, we had them pocketed super hard. And I was very happy with the results right there. Anyway, that was a good Mafia game. That was a perfect Mafia game. We did have the Any Witch to help us out. And that certainly was a help. But even without that, I feel like we played fairly well. I'm kind of shaking my head in disbelief because I'm surprised by how well that game ended up turning out. Definitely, there's some stuff you guys can learn from this one. So if you need to watch it again, do so, because there's some good stuff. So Sheriff found Chaos Mafia, and that's why I'm nodding my head and laughing. And I'm pretty sure I bring you guys back into live commentary in just a second to wrap it up. Well, there you have it. How was that game? Goodness gracious, aren't you glad you watched the whole thing? You better have watched the whole thing. If you didn't, you got to go back and you got to watch the whole thing. I'd watch it a second time. I'm actually going to watch this after I get done editing this, because that was quite a game. Mafia played amazingly. The Godfather, the Innocent Kid, made the perfect play. When I came out and I claimed that I was doctor, on a vote for role, which of course I was trying to avoid, because I was second in line, that was the play right there. Because they believed me, they trusted me, no one second guessed it, because he just came out and said, I confirm this. And we had 2 people, quote unquote, in the town pocket then. And honestly, I think that we pocketed them so hard at that point that there wasn't much of a chance they were going to come back. The Arsonist was a wild card. I knew that there was, at least I thought that there was a second witch. It seemed a little bit weird that we were getting thrown off stuff. I think one of my roadblocks got thrown off even. And the transport as well, though, kind of kept me guessing. I wasn't really sure if there was another witch or if it was just transporter. But really cool game. And then trying to get K-Pack on the end, kind of make sure that he was pocketed so I wasn't going to get voted up again. I wanted the last thing in his will to be trusting me. When he died, I would have killed Tugger the Jailer instead of anybody else. But who was Carrot, by the way? Carrot ended up being that's right. So the Jailer had already actually used his execute. So there was nothing that the Jailer could have done against us at that point. That was just a really, really solid, perfect Mafia game. I'm proud. I'm happy with that result. So I hope you guys learned something from that, because that was pretty cool. And if you did learn something, let me know what you learned down below in the comments section. All right. Thanks so much, guys. And as always, you know the drill. Peace out.